All right, so it's about 9:10, and today is launch day for Zen 3 Ryzen. So let's see how long the line actually is. Alright, I'm back at Micro Center and it's around 4:35. Checking my watch. Now there's no line since I actually came from the back entrance of the store. So I want to see how many units were sold and how many of each type of Ryzen Zen 3 processors were sold. So hopefully I can get very trustworthy employees to give me some answers. I'll be right back.
Alright, so I'm in a power supply aisle. So it looks like, from what I'm gathering from some employees, is that we've sold quite a number of this first day, but the closing manager has no idea how many exact units are sold, but there will be like a different shipment coming in tomorrow morning for the second day. So the way to get a voucher is you're gonna have to show up super early to receive one of those Zen 3 vouchers in order to get one of those. So if you want to go in super early, you can go ahead and do so. But just be sure that if you don't come in, they will not be able to give that to you if you can't really claim it. So with that said, the only way to know exact specific results, exact sales, is that I believe you're gonna have to talk to one of the opening managers to know the actual results in order to know what type of specific CPUs from Zen 3 were sold versus the ones. Alright, basically you're gonna have to find that out on your own. So you're gonna have to Yeah, it gets louder if you're in the power supply aisle, so that's how much I can tell you as of now since it is the first day of Zen 3. I'll go ahead and leave it there for now. Right now it's about almost 5. It's going to be dark, especially during daylight savings time. If this is not enough info for you, I think you're going to have to come to this specific Micro Center and test it by yourself to know everything on your own. Alright, move to a different aisle. So let's say 400 Zen 3 CPUs were sold. So think about 400 CPUs, 5600X, 5800X, 5900X, and 5950X, all of which were sold by a large margin. Okay, there may be a small percentage of people who are interested in the 5950X, the 16-core 32 threads, that want to actually use that as a real workstation. It's not ideal for gaming per se, but it's one of the best balances for a system totally for AMD. same time, some people might want to buy their CPUs today, given that the big Navi GPU is not out yet. So, come November 18, the 6800 series will be actually released, and we don't know how quick those will be sold, unlike the NVIDIA 30 series will be sold. In any case, most CPUs I would suspect that will be sold will be like the 5600X and the 5800X, given that there are mostly gamers out there and casual gamers as well. Take those with a grain of salt, and even for those of you who are interested in coming in on the second day of the launch, you're gonna have to come into your local Micro Center super early to get a voucher. However, each store handles that. You're gonna have to do that on your own. So I wish you guys the best of luck on that. However, you're gonna get your hands on them from your Zen 3 processor. However you do that as a team. I wonder if I can actually come in maybe tomorrow morning. I'm planning to go to your local Micro Center, wherever you live, and try to get your hands on your Zen 3, however you can. And if you're in line, you better make sure that you get a voucher. I don't know how they're gonna handle it. Maybe they'll give you some choices of which CPU to buy, so just get ready on how one of the employees is gonna actually give the vouchers to you.
My experience with the Zen 3 launch for the first 2 days feels like a normal social holiday full of typical thrilling new hardware. There is a cool and genuine tech enthusiast community that is offering to help out Micro Center organize the new product launches like this video you're seeing here. Any sort of positive contribution that you want to share with like-minded people are going to value and take information to heart in the long run. Given my interest in upgrading before the first quarter of 2021, I needed to plan out carefully on what to buy, when to buy, and know my own current hardware I'm using. If I can get my hands on one of the Zen 3 CPUs, maybe like a Ryzen 9 5900X, then I'd be thrilled to also get eventually one of the big Navi variant GPUs. By this point, as you watch this video, I'm fully aware of how budget friendly I want to be. My purposes in upgrading go in the following 3 priorities. The first is science and research. Bowling at Home is a useful program that Stanford is grateful to have people who own real computers to donate their computing power to their servers in discovering multiple research findings and breakthroughs such as vaccines. Number 2, video editing. Eventually the sweet spot on adaptable viewing experiences for a variety of end users would be 4K resolutions. 8K resolution seems a bit too much for me, given that a niche percentage
purchase bigger monitors or TVs to level up their end users' livelihood. I don't think I'll buy a 4K monitor with a higher refresh rate in the next 5 to 10 years or so. And number 3, casual gaming. If I could relieve some stress, let out some steam from my main job, then I can exercise my brain, play some games for 1 to 2 hours, and have a little bit of fun unwinding from reality. Though my Ryzen 7 3700X and my Sapphire Nitro Plus 5700 XT are a good balanced combo for the time being, my curiosity is for the longevity of the newly released purchased hardware in the next 10 to 15 years. Sure, I have everything I want, but at the same time, if I have extra hardware lying around, then hopefully I'll be able to use remaining components to build another computer should the need arise. I believe that the real challenge in the next 10 to 15 years would be to have 2 CPU intensive programs running at the same time while keeping my system cool enough. The big Navi should operate when the appropriate times are needed, especially when the fans and the power draw adjust accordingly. Whoever is watching this video, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch and listen to my consumer input on how these launch days work. On to my experience, I believe that anybody can get what they really want as long as you're responsible spending what you really want to upgrade on. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you maybe in the next video.